It was exactly 12 p.m. The weather in the village was very pleasant. 3 friends, Brooks, Johnson, and Roy, had come far away from the city noise to find some peace. They had heard that at the edge of the village, there was an old forest where the scenery was beautiful. They were unaware that the villagers didn't even turn towards that direction. When they reached the entrance of the forest, there was an old iron board lying face down on the ground. The caked mud and dry leaves had hidden the writing on it. Roy laughed and said, "It seems no one comes or goes here. It will be fun." The 3 of them ignored the fallen board and stepped into the depths of the forest. There was a strange chill in the air, which felt completely unnatural in the summer weather. It was now 5 p.m. The forest was so dense that sunlight could barely reach the ground anymore. They should have turned back, but the path had vanished somewhere. They had been walking for the last 2 hours, but every time they would circle back to the exact same spot where a large black stone was placed, Johnson began to lose his breath. "We have come to this stone for the 3rd time. We are moving in circles," he said in panic. Brooks took out his phone. No signal. Just then, the silence of the forest broke. From somewhere far away, the sound of a child crying came. The 3 of them were startled. A child in this dense forest? The sound wasn't coming from one direction. Instead, it was coming from everywhere in the wind. Brooks said it was probably an animal, and they started walking faster. It turned 8 p.m. Darkness had now deepened. The mobile flashlights were on. Roy was walking at the very back. Suddenly, he stopped. He called out to Brooks and Johnson. "Wait, listen. Someone is walking behind us." Everyone stopped. Complete silence. But as soon as they started walking, the sound of footsteps on dry leaves came. When they stopped, the sound would stop too. Johnson gathered the courage to turn his flashlight behind. The beam of light went between the trees. There was no one there, only the shadows of trees moving with the wind. But just then, Johnson saw something on the ground. Along with their own footprints, there were some other marks too. Strange ones, as if someone was walking on both hands and feet. But the prints were of human hands. 9:30 p.m. The fear had now turned into terror. They were feeling thirsty, but the water was finished. Suddenly, Roy shouted with joy, "Look there, light!" Far away, between the trees, a dim light was visible, as if someone was standing, holding a lantern. "Maybe it's a villager." Roy ran towards the light without thinking. "Roy, wait!" Brooks shouted. But Roy ran fast towards that light and disappeared behind the trees. There was silence for 2 minutes. Then Roy's voice came. He wasn't shouting, he was laughing. "Found it. Found the way, Brooks. Come quickly." Brooks and Johnson ran towards that direction. When they reached there was no light, and neither was Roy there. Only Roy's bag was lying there on the ground, and next to the bag, Roy's phone was lying, which was still on recording mode. Brooks picked up the phone with trembling hands and played the recording. In the recording, Roy was running. Then he stopped. Then a strange wet sound came, and then Roy's voice came. "Found it. Found the way." But Brooks's blood froze, because in the recording, when Roy was saying this, he was already dead. This voice was not coming from his mouth, but from inside those trees. 12 a.m. Johnson was now completely broken. He sat right there on the ground and started crying. Brooks pulled him up. "Get up, Johnson. We have to run." Just then, they saw that same old iron board at the edge of the forest where they had entered. They had found the path. Both of them ran towards that board with all their life. As soon as they reached near the board, Brooks took a sigh of relief. They had survived. But his gaze fell on that fallen board. Due to the night's moisture, the mud on it had washed away. Now, the warning written on it could be read clearly. Brooks shined the flashlight and read, "Warning, do not enter this forest. The creature here steals your voice and your friend's face to hunt." Brooks got goosebumps. He remembered Roy's laugh. He looked at Johnson in fear. "Johnson, we made it out." "Johnson?" Johnson was standing near the board, but his face was not towards Brooks. He was looking towards the forest. Brooks grabbed him by the shoulder and turned him around. Johnson's face was not Johnson's, and his mouth was ripped ear to ear with a strange smile. That thing looked at Brooks and spoke in Brooks's own voice. "What is written on the board, Brooks? We survived, right?" In the silence of the forest, only Brooks's scream echoed. And then, the same silence took over again. The next morning, the villagers found only that board outside the forest, and near it lay 3 mobile phones whose batteries had died.